Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Marlins Park. My name is Jason Latimer with the Miami Marlins. Joining us today up on the dais, we've got to my far left, we've got Florida International University head coach Butch Davis. Next to him is Marlins President of Business Operations, Chip Bowers. I will take the opportunity to remind everybody we're about 4 weeks away, exactly 4 weeks away from pitchers and catchers reporting, and just over 10 weeks away from the first pitch of the Major League Baseball season. But today we're here to talk a little pigskin as college football returns to Little Havana, and Marlins Park plays host to Florida International University's game against the University of Miami this November 23rd. So with that, I will turn it over to Coach Davis.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Chip and Pete Garcia for helping make this happen. That for the FIU football program, this is unbelievably exciting. It's a great opportunity to play in Miami at a great stadium, and the things that Chip has done with this facility and what it provides for an opportunity for our alumni, our students, our season ticket holders, our players and their families. This is unbelievably a great opportunity for us. And a couple of years ago, I had an opportunity. Carlos Padilla was the director of, at that time it was called the Miami Beach Bowl. And for 3 years, Marlins Park hosted that game. And I was working for ESPN at that time, but he asked me as a consultant, and we talked about, what do bowl teams like to do? What do they like for community service? What do they like for rings? What do they like for hotels and transportations in the stadium? And I actually attended one of those games, and I came when Western Kentucky played USF. And I will tell you that the atmosphere was outstanding. It was electric. It was a great game. The facility can convert into an unbelievable football facility, and with the possibility that the seating could be in excess of 40,000 people is going to be outstanding for us. And so we are grateful to be a part of that, and we're very much looking forward to it. And Chip, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you. Well, on behalf of Bruce Sherman, Derek Jeter, and the entire Miami Marlins organization, this is a pretty exciting day for us. We've worked very diligently over the course of the last year to not only increase the fan experience here in Marlins Park, but really to attract first-class events. And for us to be able to work with Florida International University and Athletic Director Pete Garcia and you, Coach Davis, it's just been a humbling experience for us. We are excited about the changes we've been able to make to the ballpark, but more excited about the type of energy and the passion that we're creating not only within our fan base, but certainly within Panther Nation. So for us to have all the Panthers out for a big game against a local rival, to your point, I think 40,000 people here in Marlins Park, I think is going to create the type of intimacy for a football experience here that I think Florida International University can be proud of. I know we're excited to host them, and to have football back here at Marlins Park is pretty exciting. We've talked a lot about having a lot of events outside of baseball season, and this is going to be a big one for us that we're excited to hang not only our cap but our helmet on. So we welcome you, and can't thank Athletic Director Garcia and the entire Panthers Nation enough for being so diligent and working with us to make this happen. It's a lot of fun, and thanks for being a part of it.
I was just going to add on a little bit, Chip, that two things. One, I actually have a baseball bat from Gary Sheffield that he hit a home run in the World Series, so we'll use that as a good luck charm, for future events here. And then Mike Lowell, who played for the Marlins, is an FIU grad. Yep. So there's a connection, and hopefully we can continue that in the future, and looking forward to it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, as a custom, anytime we welcome someone to our home, we got to make sure you're properly attired. So I know we've got a jersey here for you that we want to give you, and the brand new Miami Marlins color scheme. So
love it.
We got to make sure that Miami is well represented, but certainly got to make sure Coach Davis is well represented. So here you go, 2019 football season. Look forward to having you.
Thank you, Chip. I appreciate it. We also have a little gift to you. On behalf of FIU University and our football program in season 19, we wanted to give you this jersey and welcome you to be a part of the FIU family.
Well, I appreciate you getting it extra small. It looks like it might fit me well. I don't know that I fill it out like a middle linebacker, but this looks great. Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
No,
Thanks,
very
Coach.
much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take, is there any questions for anybody? We've got wireless mics.
Tim Reynolds with the AP. Chip, I know that this facility had the Miami Beach Bowl a few times. Are you looking at this as a one-off, or are you looking at this as a potential to some more more football doors being opened for this facility?
Well, I think probably the best way to answer that is we're open for business again. I think when the new ownership group bought this team, it was important that we open up our doors on a 365-day-a-year basis. I think the football season aligns very well with our calendar in terms of having some fall and winter events. We're excited that FIU is the first team that's going to be able to call this a home facility for them. We'd love to have more annual events. We'd love to welcome back a bowl game if we can make that work. I think what you'll find from this organization is a real commitment to not only doing things the right way, but doing it in a way that's impactful. And we want to make sure the people of Miami and certainly the fans of FIU come in here ready to go and enthusiastic about the college football experience we can create.
And you kind of segued into it, but the follow-up is, have you had any discussions with ESPN or any of the bowl ownership groups about potentially getting a game back here?
We have not as of yet, but we look forward to this being a great barometer to showcase just how great this facility can be for that type of event.
Mm-hmm.
David Wilson, Miami Herald. Do you know kind of what capacity is going to be for this event, and how will the ticket distribution break down? Is there a percentage for each school, percentage that's going to be general admission?
Yeah, so in terms of capacity, we're still working through that, but we project around 40,000, which we think is a great number for FIU. In terms of how the ticket distribution works, I'll leave that to our ticket sales staff and certainly that of FIU and Pete Garcia. So I'm probably not the best person to answer that question.
But you faced Miami a bunch of times, obviously, and I mean, that nostalgia story has been told many, many times over. But coming back to this address, it's a different building, obviously, but to come back to this address,
Yeah.
do you think that will bring you down memory lane a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit, obviously. You spend 11 years, coaching at the University of Miami and playing in the same location where the old Orange Bowl was, and the magic that everybody that ever played and was a part of it, whether it was the Miami Dolphins or the University of Miami, will tell you that, some of the most memorable events that ever happened in NFL or collegiate football took place on this location. And as I referenced a while ago about the idea of being able to get involved with the bowl games when the Miami Beach Bowl was here, I can tell you that talking to the coaches in both of those teams as a consultant for Carlos, they loved it. I mean, I know that Chip just referenced, you guys asked, could they potentially get another bowl game back down here? The schools loved it. I mean, they loved the access to South Beach. They loved the community. They liked the facility. I mean, this facility, I will tell you, was spectacular. The loges, the boxes, the way in which, that we hope to set up for the football game, it'll make an unbelievable atmosphere. The loud, the noise, the intimacy of it. I think it'll be a great opportunity to have not only our game but future games here. I think it'll do a great, for the community.
It's probably best posed to Pete, but is there a chance, or would you be opposed to the idea of this kind of being an alternate home site for FIU going forward, no matter what?
Yeah,
this series, and I know Pete's. I mean, I know there's talk about expanding your stadium and all those things, but
absolutely, Tim. Pete and I have talked about it when this opportunity came up. We talked about, FIU is the Miami-Dade County University, and there's a lot of people in this community. And if we could upgrade the schedule periodically, obviously this coming year it's going to be Miami, but every place that Pete and I have been together, and when I was at North Carolina, we reached out, to play Ohio State in the Kickoff Classic, play LSU. We brought Notre Dame to Chapel Hill. When I was at North Carolina, we'd actually signed a contract to bring a home and away with Ohio State. And I think Pete and I have talked about, how could we get one great marquee game, because not every year we're going to be playing the University of Miami. How could we get one great game? And then this would be a phenomenal location to have that, to host that event. Sure.
If you guys want to stand up and hold the jersey.
Absolutely.
That's stretching. No, this is good. I'm on a new workout regimen, so I'm forward to getting into a test.
Good? That's the back, you good? Okay, all right.